إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله في قوله سبحانه وتعالى قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا. We all know that in order for you to get rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for your good actions, you have to be a believer. So doing good and you're not a believer, you're not a Muslim, doesn't qualify you for hasanat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recompensates you with good in this life. But hasanat is conditioned with iman. And no one enters the Jannah unless they are believers. So the hasanat is a plus from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because you're a believer. You get rewards in this life and rewards in the hereafter. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about some people who are disbelievers and they don't believe in the Day of Judgment. Now naturally when you don't believe in the Day of Judgment, you're not expecting or worried or thinking even about hasanat or sayyi'at, bad deeds and good deeds. Because Day of Judgment is the day that you will be judged on what you did in this life, good for good and bad for bad. So if you don't believe that there is a Day of Judgment, then it doesn't make sense that you even think about good deeds. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about those people here in Surah Al-Kahf, قُلْ هَلْ نُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِالْأَخْسَرِينَ أَعْمَالًا. Shall we inform you about losers? They act, they work, but they are losers when it comes to rewards, no hasanat. And then he told us about them subhanahu wa ta'ala. قال الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا. Their actions, their deeds, their strive is misguided in this world and a waste. No rewards for it. ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا because they are focusing on dunya. They want dunya. They don't want the hereafter. So their actions is wasted. There's no reward for them. Pay attention to this. وَهُمْ يَحْسَبُونَ. But at the same time they're thinking or they're believing أَنَّهُمْ يُحْسِنُونَ صُنْعًا, that they are doing good. So this applies to disbeliever and disobedient, or people who are ignorant and to not know, not just how to pray, even the time for the prayer. Someone asks you, what is prayer? Or what is prayer on time? And you don't know the beginning of the time for each prayer and the end of it. You don't know that the time for the prayer is within those two and the basic things about your religion. If you don't know that, we're not going to expect you to understand this or you can't even relate to that. So you have some people who live their life and they don't even reflect about those things. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you about those people. There are 3 words there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال قُلْ هَلْ نُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِالْأَخْسَرِينَ أَعْمَالًا الَّذِينَ ضَلَّ سَعْيُهُمْ. So you have sa'i. Sa'i is to do things fast. It's to speed up. It's just a little below or before running. So they are acting fast. They're doing a lot of work. وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون. Focus on this word. يحسنون. إحسان. Ihsan is higher than perfection. You could say perfection. They're perfecting their work. They're doing it fast. They're quick to act. And they are perfecting their work. And then he says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, sun'a. Sun'a, sina'a. They're inventors. They invent. And they perfect what they invent or what they do. And they do it fast. And it's all a waste. Why? Because either they're not believers, or they don't have the condition of accepting deeds. Any deed you do that you expect or you want to expect for hasanat, it has to fulfill two conditions. Number one, it has to be sincere for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you're a disbeliever, forget that already, because you're out of the whole equation. But if you are a believer and you're not sincere, you go along with that when it comes to your action. Sincerity and following the sunnah. They are doing good. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they are doing good act. So let's say that they are doing what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they don't have the sincerity, then they lost the whole deed. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said after that, أولئك الذين ضل سعيهم في قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا أولئك الذين كفروا بآيات ربهم ولقائه. كفروا, they disbelieved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they don't believe in the day of judgment. That's when you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فحبطت أعمالهم. All of their actions collapse. فلا نقيم لهم يوم القيامة وزنا. There is no weight for it. The day of judgment, actions are weight. There is no. This is like dust in the air. وقدمنا إلى ما عملوا من عمل فجعلناه هباء منثورا. So this ayah really should make you focus on your actions. Are you doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do you really want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Are you expecting anything from people, or you are doing it plainly that you want hasanat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Unless you do this, you will not get credit for it. That is one. The second one, whatever you do, stop and think. Stop and think. What am I doing and why am I doing it? What am I doing? Is it something pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Did Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us about it? Is it according to the sunnah? Why am I doing it? Is it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or for people, or for show off, or whatever other thing that you can do? So this is very important to always know that. That's what makes the difference, where some people think that and misunderstand the ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ هَادُوا والنصارى والصابئين من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. They put Muslims and non-Muslims, the people of the book, all of them in the same category. They're all going to Jannah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the beginning, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. آمَنُوا. So where is the iman? Where is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah for those? This ayah applies for their time. Isa alayhi salam came and Prophet Musa alayhi salam came. The people who believed in them at their time and acted good, yes, they go to Jannah. But once the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam came, you have to believe in him. La ilaha illallah is not enough by itself. Muhammadur Rasulullah. You have to have it. Do they have that? Assuming that they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do they believe in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? If not, then apresuran a'mal. Losers when it comes to actions, because لا يدخل الجنة إلا نفس مؤمنة. No one enters Jannah but a believing soul, and that is what these ayat for. So focus on sincerity as believers, and focus on following the sunnah. Talking about sincerity, we need to make a sincere dua for our brothers in Turkey and Syria. Over 10,000 people died, and over 100,000 injured. A picture that people sleeping on snow, sleeping on snow. And when you wake up in our regular days here, if the heater is not on, you want to stay under the blanket. And they are there. So نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرحم موتاهم وأن يشفي مرضاهم وأن يطعم جياعهم وأن يكون عونا لهم. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم، اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم، اللهم ناوهم، اللهم كن معهم يا رب العالمين، اللهم كن معهم يا رب العالمين، اللهم كن معهم يا رب العالمين، اللهم اطعم جياعهم واسق عطاشهم وارحم موتاهم واشف مرضاهم امين يا رب العالمين. وصل اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين. Please make dua for them and support them. All the masajid everywhere is doing fundraising. So give. Al-Muslim, Akhul Muslim. The believing brother is a brother for his Muslim brother. So give as much as you can. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with you when you are in need. And that's what the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us. وما كان العبد أن الله مع العبد ما كان العبد في عون أخيه. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.